person is 18 years old or 20 years old. And they thought that'd be an issue, and it spiraled downhill from there. So what we would like to do is remove the portion of the bill on prima facie evidence.
Can you explain to me, or maybe the revisor could explain to me what that actually entails? I think I know, but
It means when they see you with it in your hand, it's an affirmative action that, yes, you're guilty of texting or doing whatever.
okay. Yeah. Do you guys have any issues with that?
There was concerns also that they could be used for profiling. They could stop someone in a construction zone or school zone just for that reason.
Yeah. And I mean, I think in our conversations a lot, we look at these things as ways to educate people about what good behavior is. And you know, obviously, if they see it and they think it's going on, they'll still do the stop, and it'll be what it's going to be. So.
The education piece is the most important piece of this, is getting educated and getting people in the habit of not having them in their phone. There may be a lot of young people that get a little phone holder for Christmas to put them on the front.
Yeah.
They're still going to be talking to their friends, but.
Well, and with Siri and Bluetooth technology, yeah. Anyway, I'm fine with it. Are you guys?
I would just say, you know.
Can we see the language?
Yeah, because taking, if then an officer does see it in their hand, does he not stop them? I mean, you know.
You'd have to have other reasons. Or
Yeah.
we can ask the reviser.
Well, and there's really not much difference between having a phone in your hand versus having a coffee cup, you know, on your way to work, so.
To me, it seems like it's a little bit picky, and I'll just be honest about it, but I want to know, why are you being so picky about it?
If it was up to me, we'd run it as it was, but my caucus just went south. They thought it could be used for profiling. They didn't want people to stop them just for seeing the phone in their hand in a construction zone or in a school zone.
Okay.
Oh, you go ahead.
No, I'm fine with it. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, it's a legal term, yes, and it really says you need proof, basically, along those lines. But I don't think it's enough to fight about.
Yeah.
I just think if it turns out again, you'll probably see it coming up in another bill at another time, but let's just let it go.
Yeah, and I think we've got a lot of good work in this bill, and I'd like to see us get it passed out. So.
Adam, do you want to explain the amendment? Or?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The amendment on the back of the page strikes out subsection E in red. It would remove the provision where holding a mobile phone shall constitute prima facie evidence of a violation, which would be of the two provisions that create offenses under the underlying bill.
Questions for Adam?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So the way that I'm reading this, I just want to confirm that this would be your understanding, is that if law enforcement sees somebody who's actually using the phone for texting or dialing a number, doing something like that, that would still be a violation that they could pull them over. It would just be if they were holding it and not necessarily doing anything with the phone. I mean, if you just had the phone in your hand, that wouldn't be enough. But if a law enforcement official saw you actually texting or actually inputting something onto your phone, am I correct that they could, that would still be considered a violation?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, I believe your line of thinking is correct, that essentially just holding the phone at this point, by removing that provision, and to me what it kind of does is it's a burden shift, because if you're holding the phone under with the language that would be in the bill, it would be almost on the burden as a prima facie evidence on the person who got pulled over to prove that they weren't, they were using the phone for one of the approved means in the bill. By striking that provision, the officer can still pull them over and would have to, testify that they were using the phone in a manner not allowed under the bill.
Because you still have the prohibition on use, which I think is good and important. And this is just saying holding is different than use, but you can still be pulled over for use, which I think is important and necessary.
We'll accept your provision. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for being such a pleasure to work with, and all of you on the Senate. I understand that, I think Senator Peterson, you're house trained. Is that correct? Oh, you're not house broke?
House broke.
But, you guys really did good work, and thanks for being good partners from across the rotunda.
Appreciate that. And as the Mandalorian guy would say, this is the way.